Hummus, humans, comes from the Proto-Indo-European language, which is reconstructed from Indo-European language. I don't speak it, I don't know what it sounds like. I come from dinosaurs. We got all kinds of whistles and shit. You wouldn't understand, so there, we'll never know. All I know is, when you call someone mang, that's Spanglish. Comes from the way Tony Montana says man in the movie Scarface, who's actually Al Pacino, whose first name is actually Alfredo, by the way, doing an unhinged Cubano accent, and he's Sicilian, Italian, American, which is 5,300 miles plus from Italy, so it's a rough ride doing an impression of a Cubano accent being done by a guy named Alfredo. So, like, just know when you're calling people that at a party, don't. It's in bad taste. But there's other forms of off-color humor that you can indulge in, humans, that can work in your favor and not be culturally confusing or raise any flags, red or otherwise. Because we're all a little on edge and a little twisted up, a little pressurized so much, gotta let off some steam, or we're gonna pop, and holy shit, now's the time, because it's June and it's 3 weeks till summertime, summertime. And there is a cure for the summertime blues, and it's drinks. And this year we've been through a lot, so we're gonna go hard, which means we're gonna get off and maybe a little off color. First off, speaking of drinking, stay with me because I've had a couple, because it's getting on the good weather here in the Midwest, and that triggers my anxiety around this time. Because all you Homo sapiens get the grilling eyes, and I'm small and I can't run fast. But like I fell asleep next to a radiator once, I woke up and it smelled delicious, so I get it. The thing is, it's hard being in a world of apex predators with no known defense outside the fact that my plumage is hypercolor, which in nature means I'm poisonous. So, like, hands off, ladies, unless you like it dangerous. And I basically have a giant knife for a face. Nature is a weird dish, humans, and we're all in the salad together fighting for croutons. So excuse the fuck out of me if I want to knock back a few to make it easier to coexist. That's just in my nature, humans. That's all I got. Plus, my elder species got the sack a few eons ago, so outside of crocodiles, I got no cousins judging me like you do. Which works out because I'm not hanging out with crocodiles anytime soon. But have you ever hung out with a gorilla when you're drunk at the zoo? It sobers you up real quick when you realize they're looking back at you, shaking their heads at you, squandering the evolutionary privilege. Us birds don't have to worry. We're a bit removed from the family tree, like the cool fourth cousin that came by the family reunion because the drinks are free, and maybe to hook up with someone because we're far enough down the DNA it doesn't matter. So yeah, fuck a gorilla. It's probably fine. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, off-color humor. So the term off-color probably comes from the 1800s diamond industry, where diamonds that were, quote, neither pure nor definite color, so of inferior value, which then goes on to become a term for someone unhealthy looking or in bad taste. Because, hey, if you ever look at someone and be like, hey, I wouldn't eat that, that's nature telling you it's bad meat. Think about Mitch McConnell. You can do this experiment at home. Science! And it's come to mean a certain kind of humor that's tasteless and bad for you. Particularly piquant was the gross-out comedy. Came about because the production code gave way to the MPAA in the 60s, and now you could get away with gross shit so long as you didn't say fuck a bunch or show a bunch of people fucking. The first time the term gross-out movie was applied was in 1978, and the movie was Animal House. And yay, it begat Porky's, which begat American Pie, which begat Borat, and now Sasquatch Sunset boofed its way into the collective butthole of the movie-going public. My point is, humans, you're gross. It's in your nature. And it's not just what you consume mentally, but also orally. You've been eating nasty for a while. Drinking Gomutra has been a thing for a few thousand years in Hinduism, Zoroastrianism, and classic medicine, but it's just cow piss. It's true. Google it. Do it right now. No, don't do it right now. Your fucking history is going to suck after that. Casumarzu is a traditional Sardinian sheep milk cheese that has live maggots in it. And so people have to cover their eyes when they eat it because those little buddies get jumpy when you start snacking on them. Delish. Surströmming is considered one of the worst smelling foods in the world, which is not a fucking surprise because it's fermented sea herring. It even won the honor of being the most vomited food at the Museum of Disgusting Food in Malmö. And Kopi Luwak is that famous Indonesian coffee that comes from cherries digested and shit out by civets, which are cat, mongoose, ferret raccoons, kinda. They also squeeze out a musk that's treasured by perfumers, so that's two there, humans. You can't just have coffee and Febreze. You gotta have tree cat shit brew and a gland juice to feel pretty. Fuck, you're nasty. But perhaps the ambrosia of the gross gods served at whatever barfinalia they host on Mount Olympus is that time-honored Chicago elixir, the old Swedish wormwood schnapps the locals call Malört. Named for the Swedish word for wormwood. Who booed that? Yeah, I can see you. Named for the Swedish word for wormwood, Jeppson's Malört's been around since Prohibition. When Carl Jeppson started selling his old Swedish stomach parasite cure that he brought from the old country right here in Chicago. You see, he used to make cigars, which fucked up his sniffing parts, which made tasting a little difficult for him. But the distinctive Windex and turtle sweat flavor of this wormwood-infused schnapps didn't bother him none, and he figured, yeah, booze is illegal, but Swedish medicinal stomach parasite remedies aren't. So he sold that sweet dumpster orange juice even when booze was illegal. I'm just saying, I don't care if it's like drinking the inside of a Halloween mask. It may taste bad, but it's not in bad taste. Malört survived Prohibition and the Great Depression, so put some respect on his name. But it got popular because it was gross. Ask anyone from out of town and they'll tell you, yeah, my friend made me do a shot and I gagged and they Instagrammed me. Here's the thing, man. Apparently it's not gross enough. Recently, Noon Whistle Brewing out of Lombard, Illinois, decided it was time for an upchuck grade to Malört, using one of Illinois' most abundant resources in the summer of 2024, cicadas! Yeah. According to the creative director, with a name more Italian than Alfredo Pacino, Joey Giardinera, quote, "Everyone already hates Malört, so it's like, let's just make it even worse," end quote. And since it's hot cicada summer this June, has started collecting the flying fuck bugs for infusing in Malört shots. The bugs are flash frozen, sanitized in some high-grade vodka-like alcohol before being cooked thoroughly. And yeah, sounds like something a serial killer would bring on a hike, but it is technically safe to drink. Now, the flavor of cicada has been described as lobster-like, which doesn't sound like it's helping the cause. But, fun fact, cicadas share the same protein as shellfish, which is called tropomyosin. So rejoice! If you have a shellfish allergy, you don't have to try the cicada Malört because it will affect you. It also makes the perfect excuse not to drink the fucking bug shot. And look, it's not even that bizarre. Eating bugs is common in a lot of species, not just yours. I'd fucking crunch a cricket or two right now. It's fucking good protein. Fuck, you eat lobster. That's a first date impress food. That's the summertime flavor. But they share a common ancestor with cockroaches, and you got no problem paying half your rent for a lobster dinner, so why not smaunch a couple cicadas this year? They're right outside in a joint brood emergence that hasn't been seen for 221 years, which makes them a literal delicacy. Way more hard to find than cow piss, cheese maggots, and Swedish fartfish. So get in there and gargle a skybug. It's not weird. Plus, they're horny, which means they're down for some freaky shit. So get in there, because it's going to be summer. That's the perfect time to get off and off color. But I hear you. Can't call it a cicada Malört. That's not a summertime jam. Fuck bug party juice? What are we going to call it? Malorticada? Malada? Milady? Well, Your Honor, I present to the party court without objections, and I'm going to rest my case because I'm getting the dizzies and I think I lost my keys. We shall henceforth, for the next 221 years, called it the Cicada Lord shot, and its name shall echo in some part of the heavens where things are sick but fun. In the name of Nickelodeon, Gak, Boglins, Madballs, Foo Fighters, Gooey Louie, the WWF Maximum Sweat toy line, Creepy Crawlies, Toxic Crusaders, Dr. Dreadful, Mad Dog Gum, and the Garbage Pail Kids, we pray. Prost to gross cat shit coffee for everyone. Happy hot cicada summer, you fucking animals.
Nailed it.